Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football and welcome back to another live Manchester United news and transfer news show. And I wasn't expecting to go live right now because I only uploaded a video an hour ago and I thought, oh, I don't think anything will happen till this afternoon. But we're getting big news coming out from Ornstien, Romano and the Netherlands that it seems that Antony to United will be a done deal. It's not officially a done deal yet, but they're saying they believe it's going to be a done deal soon because they've been told that Ajax are going to accept the offer. And Antony wants to come United. They're going to pay the money for it to be a done deal. Ajax need to accept the offer, and they're being told that Ajax are going to accept the offer soon. So do not worry. I'm going to cover all the news that's come out today. There are reports in the Netherlands from reliable Netherlands sources saying it's a done deal now. We might get here we go in the next hour. From Fabrizio Romano. We haven't got a here we go yet, but do not worry because if there's any more news that comes out after this video and when it's officially a done deal, there will be another video. I want to get into obviously the news that's come out, and as you can see on the screen, I'll zoom in here. Fabrizio Romano said that Manchester United are really close to signing Antony. Ajax finally accepted to negotiate, and the fee and add-on structure could reach 100 million euros. Talks will continue later today. No full agreement in place yet, but United feel like they're finally close. And he's saying it looks like Ajax could be agreeing to do this deal, and obviously 100 million euros. He said talks will continue later today. So I think we could get a here we go or an official done deal today. And he said Ajax have finally accepted to negotiate with Manchester United, which is massive news. But obviously the full agreement's not in place yet. But I think the fact that Ajax are now negotiating his leave, I think is absolutely massive news. But I want to get into all the stories that's come out. I want to get into what David Ornstein's had to say. I want to get into what's come out from Tier 1 Netherlands sources, the European lad coming out with a bit of news. So what we will do is we will go to the European lad on I'll show you the other news that's come out because he reported the news coming out of the Netherlands. So if we scroll down a little bit and see if we can find the news. So I should have been a bit more organised before I went live. It was less than an hour ago. He's come out with the big news about what's come out of the Netherlands about Antony to Manchester United, and I believe that will come out. I'm going to get this on the screen here if I can actually find it. Because man, I can't find it. Well, we're off. I hope you quote tweeted here, but there was a really good source. So obviously we've got plenty go on it saying Justin, Manchester United are totally confident to finalise Antony's transfer soon. It will happen. Only the last details to be clarified. And this is a good source saying it will happen. So I want to say regarding Antony to United, all the good sources saying it will happen. Justin, United are confident to finalise the Antony transfer soon. Only the last details to be clarified. It will happen. Is it too much for Antony? Yes, we're overpaying for Antony, but at the end of the day, that's our own fault. Ten Hag's wanted Antony all summer. United could have got Antony for 50 million. They decided not to. The pressure's on and they panicked and they've come back and played crazy money. 100 million, Ajax are crazy. But yeah, it's 84 million, but 100 million euros as well. But yeah, everybody smash that like button. Of course, subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new. Share the video and all that. There's so much to actually talk about that I want to get into. I'm going to cover all the news for you now. I'm going to cover everything that's come out. So Fabrizio Romano said this morning that I'm sure Manchester United will still be insisting in the next 24 to 48 hours for Antony. They are still there and Antony wants to join. It's still under discussion. It's still open, but Ajax have given positive signals so far, but negotiations are not open. And that's what he said 4 hours ago. And then he said negotiations are now open. So Fabrizio Romano saying that, the next 24 hours to 48 hours will be crucial for Antony. I think a deal will be done in the next 24 hours and that Ajax are finally, opening themselves to negotiate with United. And that was said by Fabrizio Romano this morning. And then it was said by Fabrizio Romano a little bit. Then it was said by the European lad via Hamsterlar, which is a Tier 1 Dutch source, breaking Antony has been sold to Manchester United. And Tier 1 Dutch source said, Justin, Antony has been sold to Manchester United for a rumoured fee to be around 99 million euros, 84 million pounds. And this is coming out from really reliable Dutch sources. This is coming out from like Tier 1, Tier 2 Dutch sources, as you can see on your screen there. And the European lad came to this. Sky Sports even saying that United are very close to a done deal with Ajax for Antony, and the fee is said to be worth nearly 100 million euros. and that Antony's move to United is set to be done in the next 24 hours as well. And David Ornstein came and confirmed that United are very close to an agreement with Ajax to sign Antony. And David Ornstein came out and said, just in, Manchester United have now made progress in negotiations with Ajax for Antony, and there is increasing confidence a deal will get done. And this came out via David Ornstein. He said he believes, and there's increasing confidence at Manchester United, that a deal for Antony will get done as well. Don't we need some goal scorers? I believe we will suffer about scoring more. Antony will help create chances, which will result in more goals as well. Anthony Martial, Anthony Elanga, and Antony up front. Anton 3 as well. It's about £84 million. It's not official yet, but they're basically saying they said they expect the deal to be done. Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein, all the tier 1 Dutch journalists on this. Simon Stone, also, who's briefed directly by the club, works for the BBC, said just in. Talks are progressing between Manchester United and Ajax for Antony. There is growing hope that the deal will be sorted and get successfully. And that David Ornstein said Antony's transfer fee to United could be €85 million. And it's come out from Simon Jones, a tier 1 source of the Mail, saying Manchester United are on the brink of finally agreeing an £84 million deal with Ajax for Antony. So apparently we're on the brink of it. And it was also said that Antony to Manchester United is closed and he will arrive in Manchester by today or tomorrow. This isn't the most reliable source saying that, but there's even reports here, and I'll get it up on my screen so you can see, about Antony potentially arriving in Manchester today or tomorrow, because it's very far advanced. It's very, very close to done. However, I'm not super familiar with that journalist as well. But obviously, Sao Paulo will receive 20% of the transfer fee for Antony's move, which is obviously why he costs so much as well. And Mike Burway, who's probably been, I'd say Mike Burway has been the best journalist at Manchester United this summer, has said breaking, Manchester United and Ajax have agreed on an outline of Antony's transfer fee, which will be set towards €100 million. Now, Mike Burway is honestly, he is almost, I think he's been better than David Ornstein and Romano this summer regarding United, because obviously he's the Netherlands link, and we're obviously doing a lot of stuff in the Netherlands. And Mike Burway, everything he said about De Jong, everything he said about Timber, everything he said about Lisandro Martinez was spot on. He said Ten Hag was coming, Ten Hag came. He said Lisandro Martinez was on, Lisandro Martinez came. He was the first to report that United were interested in Lisandro Martinez, even when we're still in for Timber. Mike Way was the first to report that Timber deal is off. Mike Way was, this guy's been absolutely spot on. And if Mike Burway is saying breaking, Manchester United and Ajax have agreed on an outline of Antony's transfer fee, which is said to be towards €100 million, then I expect that deal to be done. I believe that deal will be done, because Mike Burway is a top journalist. Smash that like button, guys, and of course subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new. People saying Ronaldo not happy. There are reports of Ronaldo going to Napoli. I will cover that in a minute as well. And people say Antony overrated show pony with poor stats in a farmers league. You know what, Antony, at the end of the day, we are overpaying for Antony. But Ten Hag wants him. And at the end of the day, Ten Hag is desperate for this guy. Ten Hag has worked with this guy at Ajax. Ten Hag's worked with this guy for over 2 years. He knows Antony. If Ten Hag, I trust Ten Hag. I will give Ten Hag my full backing. Are we overpaying? Yes. But if Ten Hag knows this guy, Antony, really well and is willing to pay this much money for him to get him to Old Trafford because he wants him that much, then Antony cannot be this awful player. Yes, he's in the Eredivisie. Yes, he hasn't got the most amazing stats. Yes, we're overpaying. But this is who Ten Hag wants. And you've got to remember, Antony's looked really good in Champions League games under Ten Hag. I think Antony's more than capable of looking really good in Premier League games under Ten Hag. I think there is a top player in Antony. And the fact that we're going all out for Antony says to me, Ten Hag loves this guy. It's not like Ten Hag's never worked with this guy and we don't really know who he is. Ten Hag knows Antony in and out. And Ten Hag thinks that Antony is more than capable of being a star at United, and he knows Antony that well. Romano did say that United are on the verge of signing Antony, and that Ajax have finally accepted to negotiate on a fee and add-on structures to reach €100 million, and that talks will continue to wrap up the deal later today. So it seems like the deal will be done officially tonight. The deal is practically done now, but obviously it's not officially done. We don't have a here we go. Obviously, guys, when we do officially get a here we go, I will be live to let you guys know. So make sure you're subscribed to the channels if you're not subscribed, because the minute there's a here we go for Antony, the minute there's a big story coming in about Antony to United, of course I'll be here to confirm it as well. It was also said, just a few days ago, that Antony is hoping Ajax's financial director Susan Lendrick and the supervisory directors intervene and let him go to United. And it was said that, according to Mike Burway, The football hierarchy at Ajax, including technical manager Jerry Hamstra and his right-hand man Klaas-Jan Huntelaar and trainer Alfred Schreuder, were of the opinion that the transfer of Antony was unnegotiable, and Susan Lendrick took the final decision. And in fact, apparently it's coming out that basically Ajax don't want to, the people at Ajax didn't want to sell Antony, but the financial director of Ajax has made this happen. Some woman called Susan Lendrick is the reason this deal is happening. So go on, Susan, because reportedly the Ajax manager, the Ajax assistant manager say we are not selling Antony. Even though they've been offered 100 million for Antony, they're like, we're not selling him, we're not selling him, we're not selling him. And big up Susan, who works for Ajax, some kind of financial director, was like, yeah, we're going to let Antony to Manchester United happen. People say they only trust Romano. Mike Verwey is really good journalist. Fabrizio Romano is a really good journalist. David Ornstein's a really good journalist. And Laura Whitwell's a really good journalist. And when they say something, it's normally facts. Celtic 7-0 up. Jesus Christ. I mean, Liverpool beat Bournemouth. What was it? 9-0 as well. Don't care about the price. We should back him at least. We should have one player. Yeah, exactly. You know what? Do I think we're overpaying for Antony? Yes. In my opinion, I would have rather got Gakpo and De Jong, but I've admitted De Jong isn't happening now. And I think that would be better value for money. I still think we need a midfielder. But at the end of the day, we've known since day one Ten Hag wanted Antony. I think if Ten Hag saw United chucking 100 million at Antony and Ten Hag didn't think Antony was that good, he would have said no. Ten Hag wants Antony. He wants who's going all out for Antony. And when you watch us play versus Southampton, what were we lacking? Elanga is a workhorse. He tries hard. Elanga's got a brilliant personality, brilliant character. But Elanga needs to be on loan in the Championship this season. Bringing Antony in might allow that to happen. But you just look at Elanga, he's lacking on that wing. But Antony's got that flair. Antony's got that pace. Antony's got that bit about him that we were completely missing versus Southampton. And Ten Hag knows Antony. Ten Hag's watched Antony train every day for 2 years. Ten Hag's watched all of Antony's matches for the last 2 years. Whatever we think about Antony and whatever we think about the price of Antony, at the end of the day, our opinion means fuck all. Because one, the person that's watched Antony the most and knows Antony better than any of us is the manager. And the manager is the one that wants the player. So he knows the most about the player. He knows everything about Antony. He knows his strengths, his weaknesses. He knows Antony's mentality. You know, scout a player and they'll know a lot about the player on the pitch, but they don't know a lot about the player off the pitch. Ten Hag, knows a lot about the player off the pitch. People saying that Antony's causing all these issues, begging to leave Ajax. Clearly, he's going to cause problems off the pitch. I don't think Ten Hag would be buying if he was going to cause problems off the pitch. The only reason he's acting out is because he knows he could move to United. If Antony in 5 years' time is begging to leave United for Real Madrid, then he's probably been worth 100 million euros. So you've also got to look at it that way. But Antony to United is basically a 99% done deal. Obviously, tonight or tomorrow, when it's officially a done deal, I will do a video to let you guys know. It's not 100% done yet. I'm going to tell you this now. It's basically been said that Antony to United is expected to be done tonight and that Ajax are finally willing to negotiate. The breaking news that's come out is not that the deal is done. It's that Ajax are now willing to negotiate and sell Antony. Man United were always going to pay the money for Antony. Antony was always going to agree to come to United. The thing that was in the way was Ajax. They said, no, we're not selling. And big up Susan from Ajax said, no, manager, this is 100 million for fucking Antony. We are fucking selling him. And now we're about to get Antony. But when it's officially done, there will be another video. So make sure you subscribe. But look, tell me your honest opinion on Antony. I'm not worried. But overpaying, yes. Similar price to Sancho, yes. Doesn't have the best stats in the world. I agree. But he can play on the right wing. We need a left-footed right forward. We've not had a left-footed right forward in ages. Absolutely ages. It's exactly the profile we need. But also, if Antony can play really well in Ten Hag's system in the Champions League against the top Champions League sides, he's more than capable of playing well in Ten Hag's system against Premier League sides as well. 100 million euros, even Ronaldo was not that much when he moved to Real Madrid, but this is inflation, and Ronaldo cost that much at like 30 when he went to Juventus as well. Antony's really good, one of the best players at Ajax last season, and obviously he's only played 2 games for Ajax this season, and he looked really good, but obviously he's refusing to play. But Antony to United, guys, I believe it's happening. I believe Antony is coming. 100 million is nothing. The guy is good. I mean, look, the guy gives me Ronaldinho vibes. I'm not trying to overhype a player. Well, to be fair, I honestly am. I don't want to go all out and overhype a player, but Antony honestly gives me Ronaldinho, guys, vibes. He's just got that bit of flair about him, like on the ball. I mean, we've all seen the Antony doing the twist and turns videos. We've all seen Antony skilling players, but what I will say about a winger is that Sancho's a proper skillful winger. Antony's a proper skillful winger. Rashford has skills in him. You know, we've got people that can link up well. I actually think Antony and Anthony Martial will link up really well. You've got Tony Martial, you've got Antony, and then you've got Rashford or Sancho to go on the left-hand side. I think they're all going to link up really, really well. Just got a notification anymore. Fabrizio Romano said that Manchester United are confident to complete full agreement with Ajax for Antony in the next hours. All parties have agreed on negotiations around 100 million euro fee. So it's not a here we go yet. We don't quite have a here we go from Fabrizio Romano, guys, but we're very, very close to it. Here we go. He said Manchester United are confident to complete a full agreement with Ajax for Antony in the next hours. All parties have agreed on negotiations around 100 million euro fee. Now it's time to structure the deal and get it done. So basically, I want to just reiterate for everyone that's just joined, Antony is basically done, but it's not 100% done. So we know Antony wants to come to United, and United will pay the money for Antony. And today Ajax have gone, you know what, we'll sell you Antony. Now United, Ajax have now agreed to sell Antony to United for a 100 million euro fee. But now United and Ajax are negotiating about the structure of the fee. And once United and Ajax come to an agreement about the structure of the fee, Antony to United will be a done deal. And there will be another video later when it is a done deal. But we've got that Brazilian flary winger, which I think is super, super exciting. I'm going to scroll down and look at the live chats. Everybody get your thoughts on Antony down in the live chat. Is it a good signing? Is it a bad signing? Premier League experience is missing, and have you forgotten you wasted 80 million on a shite defender? It's your money, shouldn't matter. Look, I agree that United are overpaying, but, you know, what can I do? At the end of the day, we've got the player in that Ten Hag wants. This is why, look, I 100% agree United are overpaying, but the reason I will not go all in and that is because I've always been saying for a very, very long time, back your manager, back your manager, back your manager. For ages and ages and ages, I've been saying you've got to buy who the player the manager wants. I said, look, Man United didn't buy the players Oli wanted. Man United didn't buy the players Mourinho wanted. I've been going on about United and going in on the United board for not buying the player that the manager wanted and going for the cheaper alternative. Because for the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years, we would go for the manager's third or fourth choice because they were cheaper. Antony has been the first choice since day one. Gakpo is a good player and he is the second choice. But I've been saying for so many years, I'm fed up of United always going for the third and fourth choice because they're cheaper and not getting the manager the first choice. Antony is the manager's first choice and they are backing the manager. Even at this cost, they are backing the manager. And it'd be really hypocritical of me to say, oh, we're overpaying. Why are we doing this? Yes, we're overpaying. But you know what? If Antony comes to United as a fucking baller, are we going to give a fuck about the price? No. At the end of the day, if Antony comes to United and he is literally like the reincarnation of Ronaldo, like 2006, 2007, 2008 Ronaldo, we're going to be paying, we should have paid 200 million. I mean, when we signed Lisandro Martinez for 55 million, you know, just a couple months ago, we're saying, oh, we're massively overpaying. Right now, we're thinking 55 million for Lisandro Martinez is a fucking bargain. And I think that's the same with Antony. If he plays well, we're not even going to care about the price tag as well. 14 goals is more than Rashford. Look, Rashford's severely lacking on the goals. So is Sancho. Even though Antony's not the biggest goal scorer ever. I mean, Susan Boyle. We'll call her Susan Boyle of Ajax for letting Antony come. And Ajax game is finished now. So here we go, incoming. I think here we go for Antony will be very, very soon. Are we still going to sign De Jong? I don't think we will sign De Jong, guys. I think De Jong to United is very, very unlikely. And United have more chance of signing Susan Boyle than Frankie De Jong at this rate, says Daniel. But 85 million pounds. He has skills and he has product. Exactly. He's got end product, but he's also good on the ball. He's also good on the eye. And also versus Southampton, United lacked a lot in possession. The attack weren't making themselves available. We were so good defensively versus Southampton. Cannot fault United the slightest bit defensively. I was so impressed by our defensive performance versus Southampton. But on the ball, in possession, going forward, the midfield lacked. I thought McTominay did a good job defensively, but the midfield was so poor on the ball, and the attack was so poor on the ball, and the attack weren't receiving the ball. And I said, this game needs Antony. This game needs a player that when they're on the ball, they can make things happen. And United have got players that are good off the ball. Not many players that are good on the ball. Sancho's good on the ball, but he just couldn't. He had no one to pass to, no one there. I said, this player needs Antony. This Southampton game needs Antony, a player that's good on the ball that can make things happen. Because obviously we beat Southampton, but it wasn't the most amazing win. It wasn't the most convincing win, was it? It was just like, oh, all right. Reportedly, Jamie Jackson has said, breaking news coming in, guys, that Antony is delighted with the latest developments, finally joining Manchester United. Jamie Jackson says Antony will finally be joining Manchester United. And it's also come out saying Ajax have accepted a 100 million euro bid from Manchester United for Antony. So again, they're saying Ajax have accepted the bid. And if Ajax have accepted the bid, guys, the deal will be done. The deal is basically done. We're just waiting for the structure of the deal. So just for everyone joining, Antony's agreed to join United. United have given Ajax the money they want. Ajax have agreed to sell Antony to United. Manchester United and Antony have agreed on a €100 million deal. United are now discussing with Ajax how they're going to structure the add-ons. And when that is complete, there will be a here we go. But Antony is set to be a United player, guys. Unless something dramatic happens, the deal is going to happen. So what I will say is, make sure you're subscribed if you're not subscribed. So when the deal is officially done, I can let you know as well. So do click that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Do click that like button as well, because I will be keeping you guys up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, transfer news, updates and more. Because Antony might not be the last signing of the summer. There could be other deals happening. I don't think we're going to get the De Jong deal over the line, if I'm going to be 100% honest. I'd love Manchester United to sign De Jong. I've been going on about De Jong for ages, but if we're spending 100 million on Antony, I don't think we have the finances for De Jong. Even Man City wouldn't have the finances for that as well. Unless we sell anyone, which reportedly getting 15 million for James Garner, which is a joke when Wolves can get 40 million for Gibbs White. But there will be a lot of transfer news to talk about, guys. So we've also got the Antony situation, what I'm going to get into in a little bit more. But United is set to sign another goalkeeper, which will be a boring signing. It'll be a backup goalkeeper. It will probably be Dubravka. But reportedly, we're going to sign a right back after Antony. So Antony, there might be stuff happening on deadline day. So do keep an eye on the right back to United situation. We do want another midfielder, but I don't think we'll sign one. We've been told it's unlikely. So unless we suffer a really bad loss to... Oh, no, Leicester. See, I was going to say, if we'd lost to Southampton, maybe we'd have spent some money. You know what? Everyone just need to be pushing Glazers out, because they might spend some money if we start going, we want Glazers out. Say, we want Glazers out. We want, yeah. But Antony basically done. I think this will be done in the next 24 hours. There's the right back situation at Manchester United. There's a goalkeeper situation, but also, is James Garner going to leave? Is Wan-Bissaka going to leave? We've got rid of Telles. We've got rid of Bailly. But, what's going to happen with other players? Because you know what? Ten Hag doesn't want Wan-Bissaka at the club. Ten Hag also doesn't want Tuanzebe at the club. Ten Hag doesn't want Phil Jones at the club. And Man United want to sell Garner because he's the only player we can get a bit of money for, even though Ten Hag would like Garner. There are reports about Donny who are leaving. I don't think that's the case. Obviously, West Ham and Newcastle making offers for McTominay. I don't think McTominay will leave. There's still a chance of Maguire to Chelsea, but I think Fofana to Chelsea is done. So I do not think Maguire will end up at Chelsea either. But there's still quite a lot to get through as well. Martial set for new long-term contract. Where have you read that, Nick? That's an interesting story, considering he's always fucking injured as well. But honestly, look, I love Anthony Martial. Changing the topic quickly. I love Anthony Martial, but he is always in it. Grealish, 100 million. I swear, the Man City even use Grealish. You know what? Grealish is 100 million. Anthony's 85 million. This is a good metric. This is a good metric. Let me just have a quick drink. When you think about Anthony's price tag, just sit there and go, Jack Grealish was £100 million, and he's a winger with barely any output. Nicolas Pepe was £72 million. Anthony Gordon's being quoted at £60 million. Darwin Núñez was £85 million. Anthony, £85 million isn't the be-all and end-all, because Anthony was good in the Champions League like Darwin Núñez. We are overpaying, but then when you look at Grealish, 100 million, Núñez, 85 million, Anthony Gordon being up for sale for 60 million, Chelsea trying to get 40 million for a six, nearly 30. When you look, again, you add all that together, and Nicolas Pepe was 72 million, Sancho was 72 million. The 85 million for Anthony isn't that bad. And when you watch Anthony play, this guy has flair, this guy has skill. Like, Anthony generally gives me Ronaldinho vibes. And look, I was quite young, I didn't see a lot of Ronaldinho, but I know who Ronaldinho is. I've seen the clips. I've seen a bit of him play when he was in his older years. Ronaldinho was a baller. And watching Anthony play, he gave me that kind of vibe. One, because he's Brazilian, so you're going to have to link him to a Brazilian player. And two, because he's full of skills. Now, I'm not saying Anthony's going to be the next fucking Ronaldinho. Of course, if he is, brilliant. Please be the next Ronaldinho. But he gives off that kind of energy, that kind of vibe. He's got that kind of skill and flair in his locker. I think he's an absolutely fantastic player. This is why I'm confident, even though we're paying 100 million, I know I've repeated myself, this is why I'm confident Anthony will work out, because Ten Hag knows the player through and through. Ten Hag wouldn't be spending this kind of money on a player if he had doubts about their ability to shine in the Premier League. Ten Hag did not care that Martinez was 5'9". He said, it doesn't matter if he's 5'9". He will shine in the Premier League. And what is Martinez doing? Shining in the fucking Premier League. And you look at Antony in the top games against, you know, proper Champions League sides, he looked absolutely fine. You know, absolutely fine in the Champions League, Antony, under Ten Hag. He's more than capable of being a baller in the Premier League under Ten Hag. And as I said, the person that knows Antony the best is Erik Ten Hag. Erik Ten Hag knows Antony in and out. Erik Ten Hag knows Antony better than all of us. And Erik Ten Hag believes Antony. I think Antony's the signing we need. Fantastic player. Let me know your thoughts on Antony as well. Ten Hag did not want Casemiro. He wanted De Jong. I do agree, but I do think Casemiro is a player that we did need as well. He's just 22. A lot of people forget that Antony is only 22 as well. Cody Gakpo. I'm not 100% sure with Cody Gakpo. I think this depends on Ronaldo. I think if Ronaldo leaves, because George Mendes is actively looking for moves for Cristiano Ronaldo, I think if Ronaldo leaves the club, then we'll go for Cody Gakpo. But I think if Ronaldo doesn't leave Manchester United, I think Cody Gakpo to Manchester United will be off. I think it's very largely dependent on what happens to Ronaldo. I think we've got Antony now. I think Gakpo is Ronaldo going to go or not? Because that's the Ronaldo placement, even though he's not the striker as well. Paul Hurst just come out and said that Manchester United sources have said that it's premature to say a deal has been struck for Antony, but both sides are confident it will be concluded in the next few days and that Antony to United is pretty much done as well. But lots of sources coming out saying they expect Antony to United to be done tonight or tomorrow, and that even though it's not 100% done, because Ajax are now willing to negotiate and sell the player, they're very confident the deal will be done as well. So we haven't got a here we go yet, guys, but I expect a here we go very soon. The minute we get a here we go from Fabrizio Romano or a full-on confirmation from David Ornstien, because I said it's 99% confirmed, they're just agreeing the structure of the deal, and then it will be 100% confirmed. When the deal is 100% confirmed, I will be live again to let you guys know, but it is 99% done, so make sure you're subscribed for that as well. The total transfer fee this season is currently 222 million. Add De Jong would be 300 million. Bollocks. I mean, I'd absolutely love Frankie De Jong, but I don't think it's going to happen as well. When all the results are positive, all these overpriced concerns will be forgotten. Yeah, this is how I feel about Antony. You know, at the end of the day, if he is really successful and we win games, no one's going to care how much he costs. Like Van Dijk. Remember when Liverpool spent 80 million on Van Dijk? Everyone was like, what the fuck? Everyone was like, Liverpool are massively overpaying for Van Dijk. No one gives a fuck about Van Dijk's price now. The reason people care about Maguire's price is because he's been crap. And Alice, it's not £100 million, it's 100 million euros. I know, it's because my bloody keyboard doesn't have the euro sign on it. So what I'm going to do is, when the video ends, when the live stream ends, I'm going to go on my phone, re-edit the thumbnail and title, put a better thumbnail on because I only had 30 seconds to make it, and re-edit the title from £100 million to 100 million euros, because on my phone I can get the euro logo, but for some reason on my laptop I've only got pounds or dollars. That's really disrespectful to Europe HP. But yeah, we should get both in one business deal. Honestly, if we got freaking De Jong, man. Look, De Jong and Gakpo would be brilliant, but it's not going to happen. We're probably going to get Dubravka as second goalie. I think that's going to happen, but like it's not going to get much media attention because it's not exactly exciting. But we've got the Anton front three as well. Big up Paul and the mods in the chat, guys. How are you feeling about Antony to Manchester United if you've just joined as well? Martial injury prone, so I think Rashford will be our main striker this season. Marcus will come, but he already. Look, I don't think Rashford's a striker. Ten Hag said that his strikers' options are Ronaldo, Rashford, and Martial. Rashford's a left winger for me and always will be a left winger. Martial's better at striker. Rashford's better at left winger. I know. I will 100% stick with that as well. Happy birthday to Paul in the chat who had a birthday, I'm assuming in the last few days as well. And reports of United paying £102 million for Osimhen and letting Ronaldo join Napoli and pay his full wages for the season still is also coming out. But I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of the live chat because I'm reading out live chats from 10 minutes ago. So I do apologise. Delo cannot play all the games. If this is the situation, guys, with transfers, Antony is set to be done in the next couple of hours. If United get, if Wan-Bissaka leaves, United are reportedly going to get another right back, but they did say maybe Brandon Williams will be back up at right back because you know what the board is like. We don't want to spend any more money, even though Wan-Bissaka's gone, oh, Brandon Williams could play there. That will be the board. But reportedly, if Wan-Bissaka goes, we might be signing a right back, and Wan-Bissaka is not going to play, so I think he will go unless he's a fucking idiot. Ronaldo, if he goes, we'll probably sign Gakpo or maybe Memphis Depay that we've been linked to. But look, if Ronaldo goes, there's another player coming in 100%. If Wan-Bissaka goes and Ronaldo goes, there could be 2 more players coming in. Antony's going to come and happen in the... Oh, that sounds weird. Antony is going to happen probably in the next 24 to 48 hours unless something catastrophic happens. It's 99% done. Then I think there will be Dubravka or another goalie coming in. Then I think, depending on if Ronaldo's here or not, there could be another attacker. But I think that's 100% dependent on Ronaldo. And United are interested in getting another right back. But again, I think that's 100% dependent on Wan-Bissaka. I think that is the situation. We could go get Gakpo and Depay. There's definitely potential for that. Dumfries and Antony on the right-hand side would be absolutely sick as well. And Celtic are doing a Liverpool at the moment. 9-0, man. Jeez. Antony will be the last transfer. I think he'll be the last proper transfer, but I think we will still get a shitty goalie for £2 million as well, if you count that as a transfer. Frankie de Jong is probably off, guys, as well, which is a shame. That's who Ten Hag wanted. But I think getting Casemiro confirmed de Jong was off, but United just wanted to wait until there was less Glazer out movement to announce that de Jong, they fucked up. And I will say, I will be doing a rant on September 2nd if we don't have de Jong, because at the end of the day, even if we sign Antony and Gakpo and a right back and have a really good transfer window, the fact that we spent all that time on de Jong, I will be calling for Murta and Arnold to get sacked if they do not deliver de Jong. And I know they won't deliver de Jong, but I'm telling you this now. It's a disgrace that we didn't sign de Jong this window, considering the amount of time we went into it. And I know people are just so bored of de Jong saga and like, it's off, it's over, I don't care. We should care, because, you know, they wasted that whole window going in for Frankie de Jong. They wasted the whole fucking transfer window on Frankie bloody de Jong, and to not get him is a sackable offence. And I really hope that Murta and Arnold get sacked, and I really hope they get a Paul Mitchell in or a Michael Edwards in, or someone that's going to know what they do. I mean, if anything, if I'm going to be honest, if anything, I really fucking hope we get new owners. If anything, I don't care who we sell. I don't care who we sign. I want Sir Jim at United. So that is the here we go we want to see, if I was being 100% honest. So we need to still push for Glazers out. Let me have a quick swig of water. I will say, guys, make sure you check out my video from earlier today. I think it's actually quite a cool video. It's a very different video, but I did a video sort of talking about how the United players have got like look at Ten Hag differently since he's done the 13.8 kilometer run. The video I posted earlier today was how Ten Hag responded to the 4-0 Brentford. He did a 2-hour showdown with the players, having a go at them, telling them how he feels and asking them to tell him how he feels. And that Ten Hag actually said, and this is what I covered in my video that I've only posted a couple of hours ago, is that Ten Hag said to the United players, if you're unhappy, tell me why. Why is United in this state? What are your problems with me? And Ten Hag gave all the Man United players a 2-hour period to shout out all their problems with the club, shout out all the problems with him. And then Ten Hag went and listed his authority. And then Ten Hag did the 14-kilometer run with the players in the heat. And the whole video I posted earlier today is about how the players have now found this respect for Ten Hag, that he's gone and done the big run with them, but also how the players have respect for Ten Hag in the sense that he let them make their feelings known, and then obviously said, I am the manager. If you don't want to play for me, you can go, which I think it's an interesting video that I posted earlier today. So make sure you check that out in a second as well. But I'm going to be live for the next 20 minutes. So let's get questions in. Do you want Ronaldo to go? Yes and no. I think we need Ronaldo. We need the goals because Martial can't stay fit, and you don't know what Martial you're going to get. And I don't want Rashford playing striker. At the end of the day, the last thing I want to see is Marcus Rashford playing striker. I like Rashford, I really do, but he's not a striker, and I think anyone can say that. So I don't want Ronaldo to go in that perspective because I don't trust the board to replace him. I think Ronaldo needs to go, and I think Ronaldo wants to go. But the reason I don't want Ronaldo to go is because I don't think we're going to replace him efficiently. At the end of the day, Sancho doesn't score many goals. Rashford's barely scored any goals lately. Bruno's barely scored any goals lately. Alanga barely scores goals. Antony isn't a proper stat padder. There's no one in that United side that's proven goal scorer in the last 2 years. Martial has been a proven goal scorer. Rashford has been a proven goal scorer, but not in the last 2 years. And if Ronaldo leaves, I go, well, where are the goals going to come from? Maybe we'll be better without him, but that is the thing that I'm kind of worried about. In the sense of Ronaldo leading, but I also think if the player wants to leave and Ten Hag's not really starting him in games, we might as well let him go. But I'd rather Rashford be playing at striker as well. Scamacca is starting for West Ham. I think I'd love Scamacca. I kept saying, why don't United go and look to buy someone like fucking Scamacca at striker? 35 million. Madness as well. People saying no to Depay. Yeah, I agree, no to Depay. People saying de Jong's going to Liverpool. Look, there's literally nothing in de Jong to Liverpool. We've literally been told de Jong to Liverpool is a player of interest, but very unlikely to happen. De Jong is not going to Liverpool. That's not going to happen. Frankie on deadline day. If we sign Frankie de Jong on deadline day, I'd be absolutely gassed. But I don't think it's going to happen. As Nick says, it's unlikely that de Jong's going there. Liverpool can't afford de Jong. Get real FSG merchants as well. No de Jong deal. Bankrupt. Registered Koundé. They did register Koundé somehow. I'll tell you this. Barcelona, this transfer window have absolutely been a word beginning with C and a word ending in T. That's what Barcelona have been like this transfer window. They've won the transfer window. They fucked everybody about. They fucked us around with de Jong. They fucked all these clubs about. They spent all this time trying to register players. They went and stole all of Chelsea's targets, which I thought was quite funny. They went, oh, Chelsea want this player. Let's go fucking buy them. Barcelona have absolutely messed everyone about this whole transfer window. Completely done things they shouldn't have done. They got their players to take wage cuts. They managed to register players by activating economic levers and selling their TV rights. They've stole Chelsea's targets. They've faffed around with players, and then they've gone and they've got everyone they wanted and kept everyone they wanted and absolutely got away with it because they are UEFA. And a big see you next Tuesday, Barcelona, because look, at the end of the day, it's Murta and Arnold could have done a lot better. But Barcelona have just absolutely fucked everybody about this transfer window. And they've won the transfer window. So congratulations to them as well. Alice, I agree, Alice. I want the two Teletubbies, Arna and Murta fired. They are the Teletubbies. That's a very good way of putting it, Gaz. Our owners are practically the Teletubbies, as Gaz says as well. And your earlier video is old news, Alice. It is old news, but old news is good news as well. And at the price, Antony better be second coming. The pressure on him is going to be enormous to perform right. It is. I think there will be a lot of pressure on Antony as well. But what I will say about Antony is I look at it with Martinez. I mean, I know Martinez was 55 million, but what was everyone saying when we signed Lisandro Martinez? They said, why are we spending this kind of money on him? He's 5'9", he won't work in the Prem. You know, Martinez had so many critics. Lisandro Martinez had so many doubters, so many people saying, why would United spend this kind of money on Lisandro Martinez? Like, he's not going to make it in the Prem. He's not that good. Blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah. And then all of a sudden, Lisandro Martinez has been absolutely balling out in the Prem and looking really good and starting to shut up his haters. And I think Antony will get the same kind of pressure. He's cost so much. He hasn't scored that many goals. But, Ten Hag, knows them. It's very big on player mentality. And Ten Hag knows the mentality of Antony. And I think Ten Hag wouldn't be buying Antony if he didn't think he could crumble, if he thought he was going to crumble under the pressure of the price tag and the Premier League. Price tag probably does have a psychological effect on players. And players like Grealish, that I thought would be absolute ballers, have ended up being really shit at Man City. And Sancho's been disappointing. And I will say this with Antony. If he is underwhelming this season, he might need a year to adapt. A lot of players just need that one season to adapt as well, especially coming from the Eredivisie. So even if he is underwhelming this season, I wouldn't be overly concerned. I still think there is an absolute top player, in Antony. And I think, as I said, and as I keep saying, Ten Hag knows this player better than any of us. Ten Hag knows Antony inside and out. Ten Hag knows Antony as a person, not just and a personality and a work rate, not just as a footballer, not just what he'll do on the pitch. And I said, look, if Antony, Ten Hag's seeing we're spending a lot of money on Antony, but if Ten Hag is still so sure of Antony after all this money, that's because Ten Hag believes in Antony. And if Ten Hag believes in Antony, then I'll believe in Antony because Ten Hag knows Antony more than anyone else. And Ten Hag knows better than me what Antony's like. And if he believes in Antony, so will I. Martinez's shit says rival fans. 2 man of the match performances and our best centre back in the league so far. Exactly as well. Frankie, you can stay there. We should get Cruz. Look, I think we need to get a young box-to-box midfielder that's quite good on the ball, like Maxon Kakare. I would have liked the Nunes guy that went to Wolves as well. I really would have liked that as well. I heard Ten Hag wants to keep Maguire. Yeah, of course he does. And people would be like, why are we keeping Maguire? And that is purely because we've sold Eric Bailly. We've got Varane and Martinez, but, does Varane stay fit very often? No. Does Lindelof stay fit? Not really. What if something happens to Martinez? Well, you need 4 centre-backs at the club. Now Bailly's gone, you need 4 centre-backs. So we need Maguire as a bench option. Ten Hag wants to keep Maguire for depth, okay? Next summer, we might get Jurriën Timber. And he might go, yeah, I don't want Maguire anymore. I've got Jurriën Timber. But Ten Hag's kept Harry Maguire for depth as well. Sink or swim time for Martial and Sancho this season. I 100% agree. I think this is the season, their last season. Do we play 4-3-3, Fred, Casemiro and Bruno? We'll get into how we'll line up with Casemiro and Antony in just a second. I would like to see Casemiro, Donny and Eriksen. I think the balance in that would be so good. But I think Ten Hag's probably ideal one would probably be Fred, Casemiro, Bruno, because Fred and Casemiro have obviously played together for Brazil and they all speak Portuguese. So I think the three of them could link up quite well. United have got a bit of a Portuguese core now. We've moved away from English Brexit FC to Portuguese speaking FC because we used to have this whole English Brexit core, you know, Daniel James, British core, McTominay, Luke Shaw, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, Rashford. You know, we used to have this pure like British Brexit Man United core, didn't we? And then now all of a sudden we've got this like Portuguese core. We're like, oh, you know what? Casemiro, Fred, Bruno, the Portuguese midfield three, that lot at right back, Ronaldo up top, Antony on the wing. You know, we've got a Portuguese-speaking core now at United. So we're away from English FC as well. And I think, you know, this also, and I know this is a bit off topic, but you know how the reports are saying there's a bit of a divide in the dressing room where there's kind of Maguire's camp and Ronaldo's camps. It seems like United is split into two kind of groups, Ronaldo's camp and Maguire's camp. It could be Portuguese FC versus English FC, you know. I don't know. Hopefully, what's that say? Woodward, sorry. Hopefully, Ten Hag does sort out those kind of issues. LD Blaze says Antony's class. I think Antony's class. Casado to United's quieting down now. We've got Casemiro. I don't think Brighton want to sell. You've got to remember Brighton have already sold Basuma and they've already sold Cucurella. They do not need money, so they don't want to sell one. Brighton are a bit like Ajax in the sense that Brighton have already got good money for two players. And they're doing quite well, that they don't really want to sell anyone else because they actually care about how they do on a pitch. They'd rather sell Casado next season, who's, you know, Moises Casado we could have signed for 4 million and he goes to Brighton and he's doing absolutely brilliant. And I just think, you know, we needed a DM a year and a half ago so badly. And United sit there and go, Moises Casado, you know what, let's not buy Moises Casado for 4 million and let's go back in for him in about 3-4 years and go and spend bloody 100 million. Well, probably buy Moises Casado for 100 million in 2 years. I mean, literally could have signed him for 4 million a year ago. But Moises Casado was a United fan, and I don't think we will sign Moises Casado. But I think he's a player we could definitely be linked with next summer. I think we could be linked with De Jong in fucking January. Honestly, prepare yourself for more De Jong links. Prepare yourself for it. I still think De Jong to United is just. It's over, but I still think, you know, the Spanish journalists, they want the clicks. De Jong's forever going to be linked with United this transfer window, unfortunately, as well. Can't wait for Bayern Munich to deflate. I think Mane has a bigger impact in this Bayern squad than Lewandowski has in their Barca squad. Says Mark. Interesting opinion there. Someone said sell Maguire and Wan-Bissaka. I think if we could, we would, but I think it will be difficult as well. I want Barca in Europa so we can smash them. Honestly, there's two things I want to happen in the Europa League as well. There's two things I want to happen in the Europa League as well, and that is A, that United get Barcelona and knock them out, and we knock out Barcelona in the semi-final. And then B, we get Arsenal win the final, and Lisandro Martinez scores the header to win the Europa League for Man United. My dream is knocking Barcelona out in the semi-final and, you know, sticking our fingers up at Barcelona and then singing to De Jong, you should have come here, you should have come here, oh, Frankie, you should have come here. And then in the final, we play Arsenal. And not only do we beat Arsenal, but Lisandro Martinez, who rejected Arsenal for Manchester United, scores the winner. Would there be a better end to the season? No, because we're not winning the league. Top 4, maybe, but the best trophy we can win this season is the Europa League. Well, Premier League, but we're not going to win the Premier League, the Europa League. And if Lisandro Martinez put it in the net to win it for us against Arsenal, I think it would feel brilliant. Imagine you are Maguire, the captain of Man United, and a new guy comes in and sends you on the bench. What the hell? Well, this is what I spoke about in my video earlier. Ten Hag said to Harry Maguire, I'm going to keep you as United captain because I don't know the squad all that well and I don't know the personalities all that well, and you do command respect from a lot of your teammates. But he said, just because you're kept as captain of the club doesn't mean you start week in, week out. And, you know, he's kept Maguire as captain, but he said, look, it doesn't mean you're going to start week in, week out. The thing that's annoying is Varane is so much a better captain than Maguire. Varane is the captain. Varane is the leader at the back, but Varane just cannot stay fucking fit. Like, Varane is actually so good. He is the captain. Honestly, Varane, the leadership. Honestly, I'm going to say this now. This is a fact. I was looking at this. Diego Dalot, when he's with Varane, looks twice the player he does when he's with Maguire. Diego Dalot looks a bit lost positionally when it's him and Maguire on the right side. Diego Dalot, when it's him and Varane on the right side, seems to thrive. Like, he seems to be like, oh, he looks so much better next to Varane. Martinez looks better next to Varane because Maguire's meant to be this captain, this leader. Last year, when it was Maguire and Lindelof was organising the defence. Maguire doesn't command, Maguire doesn't organise the defence, and Maguire does not lead. Varane does. For me, Varane, if he stayed fit, he should be captain of United. Because at the end of the day, I don't like the goalkeeper being captain. I won't give it to Ronaldo because he wants to go. I won't give it to Bruno because he's been crap recently. I would do captaincy to Rafael Varane. The problem with Rafael Varane is I love Rafael Varane and he's an absolutely brilliant player. But look, he just doesn't stay fit. We've got some news coming out, guys. We've got some news coming out. Reportedly, it seems that the Ajax manager's not happy. I'll skip for now. I don't want fucking notifications on. So Glazer's out of course, if I can find it. So the Ajax manager's come out and said after the Ajax match, this is just an update on Antony coming in right now, breaking news, guys. He said, nowadays, everything's about money. I find this sad, but this is our world. It's very sad. I don't approve that these things are happening. So reportedly, the Ajax manager doesn't want Antony to leave, but Ajax are saying, like, look at the money. So this basically, to me, confirms that they've agreed to sell Antony behind the manager's back. Because the Ajax manager said, no way I'm selling Antony without a replacement. I need Antony. Susan on the Ajax board, big up Susan, you know, it could be Susan Boy, you never know, said this money for Antony's insane. He doesn't want to play for us. He doesn't want to train for us. Why are we not selling Antony? And Susan on the board has gone, I'm sorry, Ajax manager, the money we're being offered for Antony, we cannot say no to. Like, this is crazy. And the Ajax manager's now gone out after the match and been like, everything is about money. So yesterday we were saying, well, you know, Antony to United looks like it's going to happen, but, you know, obviously depends on if Ajax will sell him or not. You know, Ajax manager does not want to sell Antony, but Ajax have agreed to sell Antony. And the managers, obviously Romano, Ornstien and all the Tier 1 journalists have confirmed that Ajax have agreed to sell Antony to Manchester United. All the Tier 1 journalists have confirmed Ajax have agreed to sell Antony to United, which means the deal will probably happen unless United refuse to pay the money now, which I don't think they will because they've actually agreed a fee. But obviously, you know, Ajax don't want to sell him. You can tell the Ajax manager's not happy about it, and you can tell that he's annoyed. But the deal has been made that they will sell Antony to us. And if you've just joined the live stream and you're saying, is Antony to United done? Yes and no. We haven't got a here we go from Romano. It's not 100% done. The situation is Antony wants to come to United, has agreed to join United. United will pay the money to get Antony, and Ajax have gone, you know what? And the breaking news is Ajax have now agreed to sell Antony, which is massive news because yesterday they hadn't. And now Ajax have agreed to sell Antony because Antony wants to come and because United will pay the money. The Antony deal will happen unless something crazy happens. Like, it will happen. It's now that the deal has been agreed. It's been 100 million euros. The deal has now been agreed. It's now between, you know, United and Ajax to, you know, just figure out the structure of the deal. Fabrizio Romano basically said, you know, the fee is agreed. United and Ajax have got to sort out the structure of the deal, and then it will be a done deal. That is the situation. Is Tyrell Malacia the next big thing at United? I think so. I think there's a good player there. I mean, £12 million for Malacia could be one of the bargains of the transfer window. You never know. Could be. No one wants Neymar at United. I like Neymar. I would take him at United if he actually wanted to come. But I think, you know, there could be... I do really like Neymar. I think he's a baller, but he's injury prone. He's on very high wages. If Neymar came to United and took a massive wage cut and said, I want to play for United, it's my dream, I'm all for it. But because he's a baller. But yeah, I think Neymar is actually better than Mbappe as well. De Paul is an aggressive player. I think we need we need a box-to-box that's very good on the ball and very good at passing. Basically a Frankie de Jong profile player to go next to Casemiro. United desperately need a Frankie de Jong profile player to go next to Casemiro as well. Rev says Lisandro Martinez is a beast. He is an absolute beast. He was brilliant. How is the Antony deal very close? And Eric Ten Hag wants Antony because he's got that spirit that you just can't teach. I agree with you there. You know, there's something about Antony's attitude and spirit that Ten Hag seems to be a big fan of. And Antony will have one bad game and everyone will get on. But look, that's just what happens in football. You're spot on with that, guys. But look at Lisandro Martinez. That stick Lisandro Martinez got after Brentford. Everyone went on and on about Lisandro Martinez after Brentford. And then everyone's talking about how good he is now. Rashford 23 goals, Sancho 15 goals, Antony 10 goals, Bruno 14 goals. My prediction. That'd be quite nice to see as well. Let me scroll down to the bottom of the chat. I'm sorry, I'm a few minutes behind as well. Best keep Maguire till next summer. Yeah, exactly. Maybe Timber in January, but doubt it. Right back, striker, midfielder in that order. I put midfielder even further forward, but I think all three of them are an absolute priority. I hope Antony's ready for the Arsenal game. Well, the thing is, Antony could more than be ready for Leicester because the Leicester game on Thursday is after the deadline day. So Antony could be ready for Leicester. I think, and I'm 100% sure Antony will be ready for Arsenal unless he's injured and unless there's just issues with work permit and that. But Antony will be ready. Antony will be ready for Arsenal. I think it's at Leicester. We have got Leicester Thursday. I do think we can beat Leicester. I don't think Leicester are the best side in the world. You know, and then we've got Arsenal. Arsenal haven't lost the game yet. But, you know, Arsenal haven't played a big team yet. So, yeah. I don't get why United fans keep saying, why is Maguire still here and Bailly was loaned? Bailly wanted to leave. Exactly. I do agree with you. I understand why I haven't sold Maguire because at the end of the day, you know, he's the captain of the club. You know, the club clearly value him. You know, he's clearly going to be used. We never valued Bailly or never used Bailly. I think Bailly should have had more chances than Maguire. But that's just how I feel. But Bailly wanted to leave as well. Alice, who's better, Haaland or Rashford? Well, it is Haaland, let's be honest. I'd love to say Rashford, but, you know, we know it's Haaland. Arsenal game, De Gea, Dalot, Varane, Martinez, Malacia, Casemiro, Eriksen, Bruno, Antony, Rashford, Sancho. That would be very nice to see. I'd like Martial to be back fit instead of Rashford at striker because I think Martial's better at striker. Eriksen / Bruno further forward with Casemiro playing the DM role now would be nice to see. Gakpo is still on, but I think it really heavily depends on Ronaldo if he stays or if he goes. Will he stay or will he go? No one knows. But Maguire needs to work hard to get back into the position. Exactly. Harry Maguire will get opportunities. There's 2 games a week from now on. He'll probably play. But thing is, do you know what's annoying? It's Maguire's always shit versus Leicester. He always gets this anxiety because Leicester's his ex-club. But I feel like he's going to play versus Leicester. And then we'll go back to Varane and Martinez for Arsenal. So back to Maguire for Leicester probably isn't the ideal situation as well. I honestly want Casemiro to be captain. Very Roy Keane type. Oh, yeah. For me, Casemiro and Varane have got that captaincy in it as well. I've just got a notification. Is it a United News? Oh, Laurie Whitwell has come out with some breaking news, guys, from Mr. Laurie Whitwell, saying Manchester United paying 100 million euros for Antony reflects the date in the window. Ajax's strong ball position and Erik ten Hag's authority at the club. The team needs offensive reinforcements, technical but 22, but the price was viewed as excessive early in the window, but interesting to see how he fits in. And Laurie Whitwell saying regarding Antony to United, you can tell the price says 2 things. It says, one, that Ten Hag has authority at the club to get the deals he wants, which is a positive thing. The fact, you know, if we want to look at the positives of Antony to United, the positive is Erik ten Hag getting Antony for this price shows that Erik ten Hag does have some power and some say over deals at the club. He does have some authority. So for me, that's a real positive that they're going out and getting Erik ten Hag's #1 target. He's got some power. He's got some authority at the club. And then the second thing is the fact that we're paying this much money reflects that, you know, United have left this way too late. And I think Laurie Whitwell's spot on with that. He's saying it's good to know that Ten Hag has some authority at the club, but United have left this deal way, way too late. Absolutely too late, because when you look at the situation and everything going on, you know, United are massively overpaying because they've left the deal so late. Guys, please do smash that like button if you have not already. And of course, subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new. If you do want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, transfer news, updates and more, please do subscribe to my channel as I go live every single evening on the channel, keeping you guys up to date with all the latest news. The reason I'm live now and not in the evening, because I was planning on going live in the evening, but it's just because this news on Antony was just breaking. It was such big news. And the news is that Ajax have agreed to sell Antony. The breaking news is Ajax have agreed to sell Antony to Manchester United. And this is why I'm live now. But I do go live every single evening. And I probably will be live again around 8 o'clock. So do make sure you're subscribed for that as well. But even though Antony, this is why I'm saying, well, please do subscribe, because what I was going to say is Antony will probably be done in the coming hours, if not the next 1 or 2 days, and I will be covering Antony to United when it's 100% done. I will be covering the Gakpo news and all of that. So do subscribe if you want to stay up to date in that. Ajax manager's basically crying, lol. And yeah, people saying about Neymar to United, Reece James to United, love it, but never going to happen. Antony could get Rashford back to his best. Potentially, I think Antony and Rashford front three would work really, really well, actually, as well. Anthony's going to give us depth in attack, you mean? Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say another positive about United signing Anthony is we're severely lacking depth in attack. You know, we've got our bench just got Nacho and Elanga. You know, we shouldn't have and because all our other attackers are so injury prone as well. Our front three are all injury prone and all have spent over 2 months out injured in the last season. And, you know, we've got in our depth is Elanga and Garnacho and Ronaldo that doesn't want to be here, and we don't know if he's going to be here. You know, the depth in the United attack is really, really poor. So, yeah, another massive positive, Anthony, is he brings in that much-needed depth that we needed as well. Since Frankie de Jong is reluctant in coming to Manchester United, then it's time to bring Sporting Lisbon's Nunes to take up the Frankie de Jong role. Well, I would say that, but he's at Wolves now. But otherwise, I think he'd be perfect, but he's gone to Wolves as well. Anthony Casemiro, I mean, if you think of FIFA, that green link as well. Will Casemiro start the next game? I think he will. I think Casemiro will start versus Leicester. I think nearer the time we'll get indications if he'll start or not, depending on what Ten Hag will say on his press conference on Wednesday, which will also be on deadline day, which I think will be really interesting. Will Gakpo come? Only if Ronaldo leaves. I think only if Ronaldo decides to leave the club will Gakpo go. So if Ronaldo ends up at Napoli, where he could go, but I think it's unlikely, I think we could potentially get Gakpo. But I don't think we will get Gakpo and Anthony unless Gakpo leaves unless Ronaldo leaves the club. I think we only sign 2 attackers if Ronaldo leaves because of the price of Anthony. I think if Anthony was going to be the 50 million he was originally going to be in May, and the thing is, when we inquired for Anthony in May, they said it would cost 45 million. If Anthony was going to be the 45 million he was cost in May, I think we could afford to get Anthony and Gakpo. But, you know, that's United's own incompetence waiting so long on the Anthony deal for that Anthony to be ridiculously overpriced. Now, obviously, I do like Anthony. I think it's a great signing. I think we're massively overpaying. But I'm going to look at the positive of overpaying, as Laurie Whitwell says. The fact that Man United have gone and spent this kind of money on one of Ten Hag's targets and one of Ten Hag's key players says to me that United are backing Ten Hag. Oh, no, they're only backing Ten Hag because of the Glazer out protest and because of the pressure on them. But it shows that Ten Hag does have some power and authority at the club and that they are buying the players Ten Hag wants, not the cheaper alternatives that they want as well. Hey Alice, how are you doing? Thank goodness we've recovered from 32 games we have played. Yeah, I'm honestly, a week ago we were bottom of the league and I was fucking miserable, and now we've won 2 games in the space of a week. First, you know what? It's the 3rd time United won back-to-back games in the last year. It's winning back-to-back games should be a common thing for United. We should be winning 5-6 games in a row. But the 3rd time in the space of a year we've won back-to-back games. So in the last year, we've only won back-to-back games 3 times. We've only had to be happy 3 times. And it's just mad. It's just mad. So I really do like, the fact that we've won, and I feel so much better. And, I think Arsenal will be a test. I do think that Leicester will be a bit of a test despite their poor start to the season. I just want to play Bournemouth every week, really, because I'm confident we could do very, very well. But we beat Liverpool. And you know what? The fact that we beat Liverpool says to me, Ten Hag can cope in a big game. We beat Liverpool, and that was a big game. I believe we can beat Arsenal purely because we beat Liverpool, and Ten Hag can be a big game manager. I mean, we know it's actually one thing is, and this is really off topic, but Ten Hag is a big game manager. You look at the teams Ajax knocked out. The one thing about Ten Hag is we're losing to Brentford and Brighton, but this guy has a reputation for knocking big teams out with Ajax. And being a big game manager and being very good in the big game scenario as well. So Arsenal have had a great start to the window, but yeah, De Jong for 80 million and game over. It's not going to happen, but I think if we got De Jong, I'd actually be like, yeah, we're getting top 4. Like I generally think De Jong and Casemiro in midfield would just be so good as well. Daniel said he just wants West Ham to score. We haven't scored this season. You haven't. You're the new United. I do want West Ham to win as well. How far am I off 50,000 subscribers? Should we check, guys? I am on 48,810 subscribers, guys. I am 1,190 subscribers away from 50k. So if you're watching right now and you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. We've got 700 people watching. She's 1,190 away from 50k. So hopefully we can hit that in the next week, which would be absolutely brilliant. So do make sure you're subscribed. Hopefully we can hit it maybe on deadline day if we do some deadline day streams. So do subscribe for that. Remember, I'm going to be back tonight with another Anthony update because Anthony to United is 99% done, but it's not 100% done. But I think in the next 24 hours, Anthony to United will be 100% done. So I will be back with an Anthony to United update tonight. Jay Bet of the Telegraph says Manchester United's offer for Anthony is expected to be rubber stamped at an Ajax board meeting today. So basically, it's expected to be done later this evening, Antony to United. And Mike Verwey was interviewing the Ajax manager, and he said, "You're pretty convinced that Antony will stay last Thursday, do you?" And he said, "I'm going to stick with those words." But the Ajax manager is doing everything he can to stop Antony's move to United. But Ajax have reportedly adapted their demands and are accepting an elements of performance-related add-ons in the deal for Antony. So we're getting information about the add-ons, and Romano said that Antony to United have been agreed, but now Ajax and United have got to agree the structural add-ons. And now it's coming out that a lot of the add-ons for Antony will be performance-related. So lots and lots of Antony news coming out, and I do generally believe that we will get a here we go, maybe tonight, if not tomorrow. I think in the next 24 hours. I think there's just so much going on. But I just want to say, guys, thank you to everybody that tuned in today's live stream. I don't normally go live at this time, so I apologise to those that tuned in very late or missed bits of it. But it was just a big update on Antony to United because there was so much covering up, some breaking news. I will either be back with a live show or video tonight, so do subscribe. But big up everybody in the chat. You're absolutely right, Yash. We do need a ball carrier in midfield. Mitrovic is looking solid in the Premier League, and I don't know why we didn't give them Ahmed on loan. I 100% agree with you there, Nick. I've been saying that for a while. I think Ahmed on loan as well. And United will win versus Arsenal. I believe Ten Hag's a big game player. A big game manager as well. And yeah, big up everyone for tuning in. Smash that like button on the way out. Subscribe down below if you're new.